Hey, how you doing, guys? Tonight I'm going to be covering the Cave Turtles mic with silly Stegosaurus. So here's the Michelangelo figure. Here's the Cave Turtle version. And this is going to be another review where I don't have all the accessories. There's a few small little weapons that this guy comes with that I don't have, but I really wanted to review these guys anyways. So there's Michelangelo. Here's his Stegosaurus. For some reason in the camera he's coming across a little bit more blue than he actually is. He's actually a pretty straight up purple, but you can see him. It's got that little TMNT logo right there, which is pretty cool to me that they would put that there. So yeah, this is pretty much a lot like the Leonardo figure that I reviewed in terms of like articulation and everything. He has a head swivel, his shoulders will go around, his elbows will move, and of course the ball jointed hips. So average 7 points of TMNT movement. And like I mentioned on the Leonardo review, this guy actually has pupils. Actually, Leonardo is the only one in this series that doesn't have the pupils, which is kind of odd, but I always like it when they put the pupils in there. I always thought it made him look a lot more lifelike. And then in comparison, I kind of really like the solid white eyes because it sort of gives them an otherworldly creature feel to them. But every now and then, like I said, I love it when they change it up and put pupils and everything there. And he's got the big space in between the teeth, just like the original Michelangelo. Which, while I mention it, I'll actually bring him in for a size comparison, which is something I forgot to do in the Leo review that I did. They're about the same size as the original basic figures, a little bit shorter in Mikey's case, unless you count the little bandana sticking straight up with a little bone tied into it right there. That's of course going to add to his height, but his actual head is probably about a fraction of an inch smaller, or shorter actually. And he's wearing this really cool little, I'm not sure what you would call it. It's almost like a skirt made out of leaves. Maybe, actually, I thought I could remember. I don't remember what they call these, honestly. It's escaping my mind, but these little leaf skirt-like things right here. He's got a little skull necklace right there, and a little, probably a piece of flint is what it's supposed to be, with an M on it right there. And his dinosaur has some cool details as well. But like I said, that little TMNT thing there is pretty cool. Not a lot of movement on the dinosaurs that they ride. Mostly just like the head will move, and that's pretty much it. But to me, they're just really cool for display when you display them riding their dinosaur buddies. And Michelangelo is one of the ones that it really doesn't pan out as planned, really, because his legs won't like separate enough to really get him on there. It would probably work better if I took this brown belt piece off right here, but it really doesn't seem to want to come off, and I'm not going to force it and risk tearing it. So he kind of just struggles to stay on there with his little skirt thing. But there's sort of an idea of what it might look like if you could actually get him on there decent. He's probably fixing to fall off. And a lot of times when you find these guys used, the little saddle will be completely removed. It's not really meant to be taken off though, so I wouldn't try. As you'll see in my other reviews, like Donnie's, his dinosaur, his seating will come off, but you can tell that it wasn't meant to, because there's like glue residue, and you can tell it was just kind of torn off. So don't mess with that. I always loved how these dinosaurs have the same paddings and masks as the turtles do, like the knee pads and elbow pads, and especially the wristbands, or headbands, excuse me. They also did a good job painting this guy. All the spots right here are filled in a darker shade of purple than the rest of him. All the dark orange is done really nice. There's no paint splotches where there shouldn't be or anything like that. It's pretty much perfect. Oh, and this guy's tail can also, it looks like it could move, but it won't. Maybe it's just kind of stuck, or maybe it's just really stiff joint, but I'm not going to mess with it. To me, it doesn't move because I'm not going to force it. It seems pretty stiff. It's not wanting to give at all, so I'm not going to mess with that. So yeah, there's Mikey. I do have these little nunchucks that he comes with, which are 2 bones connected with a piece of rope. He also comes with a little tomahawk and a little rope that's supposed to go around his dinosaur's mouth, so he can sort of lead him, like just like this guy right here, this little rope piece right there. This guy's supposed to have one almost or exactly like this one. So yeah, there's my little review of this guy. So honestly, I would give him probably a 9 out of 10. I would take a point off because it's so impossible to get this little piece of article of clothing off right here so he can ride on his dinosaur correctly, and that's sort of like the whole point, to have them displayed with riding their dinosaurs, I think. But other than that, I would highly recommend him. So there's my review. Thank you for watching.